Welcome to History Uncovered. Today, we begin our journey into one of the greatest civilizations the world has ever known, ancient Egypt. Along the banks of the River Nile, more than 5,000 years ago, a society rose that would shape the course of human history. The Egyptians built towering pyramids, developed writing systems, and created an empire that still fascinates us today. But who were these people? How did they live? And what secrets did they leave behind? In this series, we will explore their daily lives, their powerful pharaohs, and the mysteries that still surround their civilization. Let's begin our story at the very heart of ancient Egypt, the Nile River, a lifeline that turned desert sands into fertile fields and allowed a kingdom to rise from nothing into greatness. The Old Kingdom of Egypt, often called the Age of the Pyramids, began around 2700 BCE. It was during this time that Egypt's most iconic structures were built. The pyramids, the pharaohs of the Old Kingdom, were seen not just as rulers, but as gods on earth. They commanded vast armies of workers to construct monumental tombs that would secure their place in the afterlife. The most famous of these rulers was Pharaoh Khufu, who ordered the building of the Great Pyramid of Giza. Standing nearly 150 meters tall, it was the tallest man-made structure in the world for over 3,800 years. Even today, historians still debate how the Egyptians moved such enormous blocks of stone with no modern machinery. But pyramids were more than just tombs. They were symbols of power, unity, and faith. The Egyptians believed in the eternal life beyond death, and building these monuments was a way to honor the gods, the pharaoh, and the promise of immortality. Beyond the great monuments, ancient Egypt was a place of vibrant daily life. Most Egyptians were farmers, living in small mud brick houses near the Nile. They grew wheat, barley, and vegetables, and raised cattle, goats, and geese. Life followed the rhythm of the Nile. During the floods, fields were nourished. When the waters retreated, it was time to plant, and in the dry season, harvests were gathered and stored for the year ahead. Religion was central to Egyptian life. They worshipped many gods: Ra, the sun god; Isis, the goddess of magic; Osiris, lord of the afterlife. Temples were not only places of worship, but also centers of education and administration. Art and writing flourished. Egyptians developed hieroglyphics, a system of writing made of pictures and symbols. Scribes trained for years recorded taxes, harvests, and royal decrees. Thanks to them, we know so much about Egyptian society today. And music, festivals, and storytelling filled their lives with joy. Children played with handmade toys, families gathered for feasts, and people told stories of gods and heroes by firelight. As centuries passed, Egypt grew stronger. The New Kingdom, often seen as Egypt's golden age, was marked by wealth, conquest, and some of the most famous pharaohs in history. Pharaoh Hatshepsut, one of the few female rulers, expanded trade across the seas. She built magnificent temples, proving that women too could rule as effectively as men. Then came Pharaoh Akhenaten, who shocked the kingdom by declaring that Egypt should worship only one god, the sun disk Aten. His radical change shook Egyptian religion to its core, but after his death, the old traditions quickly returned. Perhaps the most famous pharaoh of all was Tutankhamun, known today as King Tut. Though he died young, his tomb, discovered in 1922, remains one of the greatest archaeological finds of all time. packed with treasures that reveal the wealth of ancient Egypt. But power also brought conflict. Egypt's armies clashed with foreign invaders, from the Hittites to the Sea Peoples. Even mighty Ramses II, known as Ramses the Great, had to fight to protect Egypt's borders. Though he built more statues and temples than almost any other pharaoh, even his reign could not stop Egypt's gradual decline. Eventually, Egypt's strength faded. Invasions, weak rulers, and internal struggles weakened the once great kingdom. By 332 BCE, Alexander the Great of Macedonia conquered Egypt, bringing the rule of the pharaohs to an end. Yet the spirit of Egypt never truly died. Its monuments still stand, its art still inspires, and its mysteries still capture the imagination of the world. From medicine to mathematics, from architecture to agriculture, the achievements of ancient Egypt laid foundations that shaped future civilizations. Their pyramids remind us of human ambition, their hieroglyphs remind us of the power of knowledge, and their gods and myths remind us of the eternal human search for meaning. Though centuries have passed, the story of ancient Egypt continues to echo across time, a civilization built on the banks of the Nile and built to last forever.